With a 120Hz 6.8-inch AMOLED display, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and a lightweight, compact design that still packs a 6000 mAh battery, the REDMAGIC 10 Air is a great choice for those that want a premium gaming phone but also want to spend a little bit less. So hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So full disclosure before we get started though, the video is sponsored by REDMAGIC and they've sent me the 10 Air to showcase to you guys. So the REDMAGIC 10 Air offers a great phone for media, general use, productivity and gaming, and it's in a much more compact and slim design. Now I've got the white version here and I like how subtle the design is overall, and it's also available in black, or if you do want something a little bit more bold, then we've got the flare version. Now on the front we've got a 6.8-inch 120Hz AMOLED display. It's got a peak brightness of 1600 nits, a touch sampling rate of 2000 Hz to provide precise control for competitive gameplay, and I like that in the settings that you can select 60Hz, 90Hz, 120Hz or auto. We got a resolution of 2480 by 1116, and you can see it looks stunning and it's smooth, snappy and responsive, making it great for all tasks. The selfie camera is hidden under the display so it doesn't distract you from your content, and it's a 16-megapixel wide-angle camera that we're going to cover in the camera samples shortly. Now we've got the shoulder buttons on the side as well that give you that extra advantage when gaming, and it's great for first-person shooters. And then we've also got the volume rocker and the power button on this side, and a dedicated game space button on the other side. Now the phone is 7.85mm thick, making it 10% thinner than the REDMAGIC 10 Pro, and it weighs in at just 205 grams, making it very comfortable to hold. We've also got an under-display fingerprint scanner as well as support for face unlock. Now over on the rear, it's a dual camera setup featuring a 50-megapixel wide-angle with a 7p lens and OIS, along with a 50-megapixel ultra-wide with optimized distortion correction, and then we've got the LED flash on the top, but again we're going to cover more on this in the camera samples shortly. Now powering the phone is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and this version has 16GB of RAM with 512GB storage, but you can also get it with 12GB of RAM and 256GB storage, and it's going to come as no surprise that when it comes to gaming, it's going to handle pretty much anything you throw at it. Now I've been testing it with games like PUBG, Asphalt and Call of Duty Mobile, and everything runs great. It looks great, it's incredibly responsive, the shoulder buttons make gaming much easier, and overall it's just a pleasure to game on. Now of course the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 isn't the latest chip from Qualcomm, but it's still a perfectly capable chipset, and for those of you concerned with the synthetic benchmarks, I ran it through Geekbench 6 where we get 2304 for single core and then 7117 for multi-core. Then over on Geekbench's GPU benchmark it scores 15,387, and then over on the Wildlife benchmark it maxes everything out, and then on the Wildlife Extreme it scores 5,115 with an average FPS of just under 31. Now the REDMAGIC 10 Air features the ICE-X cooling system, which is a 9-layered liquid metal cooling system with a vapor chamber, and it greatly improves the heat dissipation and it helps to keep the phone cooler. Now we've also got a dedicated button which takes you into the game space. This is not only a great way to organize and find your games, but it also offers you full customization on the settings and the performance profiles, as well as the touch sampling sensitivity and more. Now there's also a plugin library which offers a huge selection of add-ons for your games. We've got things like screen counters, on-screen customizable crosshairs, we've got superior picture quality which not only improves the picture, but it's going to boost 60 FPS games to 120 FPS using frame interpolation. Now we've got sound equalizers to get the exact sound that you want, AI triggers, key mapping and much more, basically giving you full customization of your gaming. Now powering the REDMAGIC 10 Air is a 6000 mAh battery, which means that you can game for hours on end, and is pretty impressive for a mid-range phone of this caliber, especially given its compact size. And if you do ever run out of battery, then we've got 80-watt fast charging, and this can fully charge the REDMAGIC 10 Air in just 52 minutes. Now when it comes to the software, it's running REDMAGIC OS 10, which is based on Android 15, and as you can see, it runs well, everything is smooth and responsive, and you get plenty of customization in the settings for things like themes, personalization of your wallpapers, lock screens, always on displays, and you can even change your fingerprint unlock animation. And then we've also got Google Gemini, which is an advanced AI that can help with a lot more complex tasks compared to a normal assistant, and then we've also got the Mora virtual assistant built into the software as well. Now it comes with a few pre-installed applications as you can see in the bottom here, but the great thing is if there's anything you don't want, then you can just uninstall it and they're not baked in as system apps. When it comes to photography, we get great photos as you'd expect. We've got nice, bright, vibrant photos with plenty of detail and dynamic range. You can see we get nice details in the highlights and the shadows, and even though it was a nice sunny day, there's no clipping, not even from the sky. While both cameras perform well, I have to say I do prefer the photos from the primary camera as it just provides nicer colors and a better exposure, but the ultra-wide is still good as you can see here, and these are all just point and click with no manual changes. Now here are some photos from the under-display selfie camera, and you can see they look good for an under-panel camera, and these cameras are definitely coming a long way. You just do need to be careful of difficult lighting conditions like sun directly pointing at the camera, as this is going to cause issues as you can see here when you're using an under-panel camera. When it comes to videos, we get up to 8K at 30 FPS and 4K at up to 60 FPS from the rear cameras, and then it's 1080p at 30 FPS from the selfie camera, so we'll just check out the video samples now. So this is the video from the under-panel selfie camera. It's 30 frames a second at 1080p. It'll be interesting to see the audio because there's a lot of wind today. Sunny day but a lot of wind. Just do a slow pan round so you can see. If we do a jog and see what the stabilization's like. And that's the video from the selfie camera. So this is the video from the primary camera, 4K, 60 frames a second. Again, there's a lot of wind coming at me, so this is probably going to be difficult with the audio. If we just do a slow pan around, do a quick pan back, do some jogging so you can see what the stabilization's like. Nearly tripped there. So that's the video from the primary camera. Now this is the primary camera again, but this time we're at 8K in 30 frames a second for those of you that want that. Again, we'll just do a slow pan around. Quick pan back. We'll do a little jog to see what stabilization's like. And that's the video from the primary camera at 8K. Now this is a video from the ultra-wide camera, 4K, 60 frames a second. Do a slow pan. Quick pan back. Again, we'll do a jog to see what the stabilization is like. And that's the video from the ultra-wide camera. When it comes to watching media, of course, everything just looks stunning on the phone. We've got dual speakers with DTS:X support, and it sounds good with a nice balance, and it's not too tinny at the higher volumes, so we'll just check out the sound samples now. The phone also features Wi-Fi 7, NFC, Bluetooth 5.4, and we've even got an IR blaster that you can use as a universal remote control. And when it comes to the unboxing, if we go ahead and open it up, you can see we first got the REDMAGIC 10 Air. Underneath that, we've got a box which contains some stickers and a protective case for your phone for those of you worried about damage. And then we've also got the charger cable and the USB-C cable. So the REDMAGIC 10 Air is a great choice for those of you that want a good performing phone for all tasks, but also don't want to have the very best of everything and pay the bigger price tag that comes with it. And of course, it's available to purchase now, and I've placed a link down in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out now. And hopefully I've covered everything for you guys in today's video, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech.